welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video right here. So I can't believe I'm back. This is video number 2. I'm back with a highly requested video. If you are someone who's been struggling to grow your glutes, I got you. This is the perfect video. I'm gonna talk all about why your glutes are not growing. So if you're interested in how I went from this to this, definitely keep on watching. Okay, so first things first, your nutrition. Listen, we are gonna focus on our diet. I don't care what you do in the gym. You cannot out-train a bad diet. Now, when I say diet, I don't mean a weight loss. So if your goal is to gain weight and you're under eating, your diet is bad. If you want your glutes to grow, you have to be on a caloric surplus. There's no other way around it. Do me a favor, click below. There's a calorie calculator. Put in everything that you ate today, and I promise you, you're on a caloric deficit. I don't care how hard you work out in the gym. I don't care how heavy you train. You cannot out-train a bad diet. You need to make sure that you're meeting your protein intake. You need to make sure that you're a caloric surplus. And whoever says carbs are bad, they need to go somewhere, because carbs are really good for you, okay? There are good carbs and bad carbs. So here's a list of some good carbs and here's a list of some bad carbs. Now listen to me, okay? Not only are they good for you, they're necessary in order for you to see any types of gains if your goal is to build muscle, okay? You don't just need protein, you need carbs. We'll touch on protein in a second. Scientifically speaking, carbs get turned into ATP. That's basically the energy that you use in order to fuel your body through your exercises. You need to eat carbs, okay? Don't be scared of carbs. I sound like a broken record, but I feel like I need to put this in there. Anyways, after you're done working out and you've just completely destroyed your muscles, because you do tear them apart as you're working out, okay? This is where the feeling of soreness comes from when you're recovering. So as you're recovering, you need to put that protein back in so it can go in and repair those muscles, okay? If you don't feel like you're taking in enough protein through your meals, then I would suggest getting a protein powder as a supplement, as an add-on, but it should not be the only source of protein that you're consuming. I want to see, I'm sorry for my vegans, I'm sorry, but I need to see steak on there, I need to see chicken breast, I need to see turkey, I need to see beans, I need to see protein on there. I need to see protein on your plates. Y'all, oh my God, I'm having too much fun with this. Okay, so first of all, I get all of my supplements from EHP Labs. I'm gonna put the link in the description box below, so be sure to check it out. Use code NANE at checkout for some money off your entire order. So protein is extremely important. And here's a little quick tip to help you figure out exactly how much protein you need to consume in order to see any gain. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your body weight, turn it into pounds, okay? Pounds, okay? Not kg, pounds. So you're gonna take that, multiply it by 0.8, and you're gonna get a number in grams. And that number is exactly how many grams of protein you should be eating. If you don't have a carb-based meal right before your exercise, it's good to use pre-workout. Again, I am a pre-workout girl. This is a pre-workout that I use. I'm gonna put the link to everything in the description box below if you guys are interested in that. But if you don't want to take the pre-workout supplements, that's okay. You don't need to take any of these supplements, okay? So what you can do is you have to make sure that you eat a slow digestive carb right before your workout, okay? So what I mean by that is things like pasta, like a sweet potato, something like that before your workout, because this will give you natural energy to get you through the exercise, okay? Okay, so since we're talking about supplements, it's only right that we discuss creatine. I mix creatine in my pre-workout supplement. I know, creatine is kind of a touchy subject. I take it because I freaking love it, okay? I love it. Now, this is not a magical supplement that you can just take and you're just gonna magically end up with a badunk-a-dunk. No, okay? Creatine is something that our bodies naturally already produce, okay? Now, do you need it or do you not need it? It depends, okay? It depends. Your body doesn't produce enough creatine. And taking it from supplement, right? Taking a scoop will give you a lot more creatine than the amount that your body naturally produces, okay? Now, this will give you a boost of energy, which will help you instantly, like instant boost of energy. It'll help you lift so much heavier than you normally would. At least for me, that's what I found. It helps you through recovery and it helps promote muscle growth, okay? So I take creatine, you don't have to take it, but I'm gonna go into details about this in my ultimate glute guide. By the way, if you guys don't have that, go ahead and check it out. It comes with so much. I'm gonna put the description right here. Make sure you go ahead and check out my glute workout guide. It literally gives you everything that you need to know in order to grow your glutes. So if you haven't already copped it, go ahead and get it. I am actually on this plan right now. I am on week 2. And let me tell y'all, I am sore, but the results are resulting. Okay, the glutes are gluting. I'm so corny. Okay, so listen, while you're doing your exercise, you're tearing your muscle fibers. So I know it sounds a little scary, but I promise you it's normal. Okay, it's normal. Don't be afraid. So in order for your muscle to grow, you have to rip it apart, and then when it heals, it comes back stronger. Say I'm your glute maximus, right? And you just did hip thrust with like 120 pounds. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking breaking, blah, blah, blah. So in your recovery time, I'm gonna say, okay, you know what? Last time, I know she put me through this much, and it was so hard for me to sustain that I had to rip myself apart. So now what I'm gonna do is, now that she's giving me food and giving me protein and carbs, I am gonna make sure that I come back stronger. So in order for me to come back stronger, I come back a little bigger, okay? And then when you progressively overload, which we're gonna talk about later, oh my gosh, I love this stuff. So when you progressively overload, when you go up in weights and you, instead of doing 125 or 135, you go up to 145, it's like, oh my God, okay, more pressure. I need to come back stronger and bigger again. And that's how you grow. I hope this is making sense for you guys. But moving on. You cannot go in the gym every week and be on a completely different plan. Like if this week on Monday, you're hitting glutes and hammies and you're doing hip thrust and I don't know, RDLs and step ups, and then the next time you hit glutes, you're doing, I don't know, some single leg variation thing you saw online, and then the next week you're doing some Stairmaster and glute kickback combination. Like, no. Pick 4 to 5 exercises. Stick to them. Focus on progressive overload. Do not switch your workouts. I know a lot of fitness influencers tell you all the time, oh my gosh, this is a new exercise, this is a new exercise, this is a new exercise, you need to try this. And you know what? Granted, I may be one of them, but listen, I show you guys different variations of the same workouts, okay? You cannot see growth if you're switching your plan every week. You need to stick to a plan for at least 6 to 8 weeks, okay? In order for you to see results, you need to stick to a routine and focus on progressive overload, okay? Another thing is, you cannot just do your compound movements. You have to understand there are 3 different glute muscles in your glutes, okay? There's the max, the medius, and the minimus, okay? Now, a lot of compound movements only target the glute maximus. Now, granted, that's the biggest muscle on your glute, so of course, I need you to do your compound movements like your squats, like your sumo squat. The only thing is, while you're doing compound movements, you're using all of these other muscles, like your quads, your hamstrings, your core, everything else is working, right? So what I want you to do on top of your compound movements, I need you to include isolation movements, okay? So I need you to throw in those iso movements that's gonna focus on your medius and your minimus as well. So if you want that round, curve, full glute look, you can't just target one glute muscle. You have to understand, just because it's your butt doesn't mean it's just all one muscle. It's 3. You need to work on all 3. But what I've seen the most results with is when I worked my glutes 2 to 3 times a week, okay? I used to go 5 days out of the week. I'd work glutes every day because in my mind, I was like, I just need to constantly work at this. I just need to constantly work at this. But what that does is you overwork your muscles, one, and then two, you don't give yourself enough rest time, which we'll talk about after this. So your muscles never get the chance to recover, and so you don't see any growth at all. And on top of not recovering enough and overworking your glutes, you are expending too many calories. And if you're somebody who already struggles to take in enough calories where you are at a surplus, doing that is only going to make things worse. I need you to minimize your cardio level. Drop it. Like, drop it, okay? The only type of cardio you will watch me do when I am on a caloric surplus or my goal is to gain weight and build mass is sprints. I do HIIT training and that's it. I minimize my cardio because you cannot expect to grow. Remember the first thing that we talked about in this video. Diet is everything. Being in a caloric surplus is everything when you're trying to gain, okay? Cardio is gonna chip away at your muscles. And if you're chipping away at your muscles rather than building them, you're not gonna see any growth. The meal plan section of my workout guide, okay, my glute focused workout guide talks all about this. But yeah, you need to make sure that you minimize your cardio, combine your compound movements with your isolation movements, stop trying a new workout guide every week. You need to stick to a plan and make sure you focus on progressive overload. Another thing is training to failure. You don't want to keep your rep range in something that's comfortable, okay? Now, I don't want you to hurt yourself. No, not at all. But I need you to challenge yourself. You need to make sure that whatever weight you're lifting, you're trying to push close to failure. One lower body day out of the week, I train to failure for every exercise, and I mean complete failure. The other times, I train close to failure, okay? Push yourself. You're in the gym to work on yourself. It's not just a physical challenge, it's a mental thing as well. And I promise you, you're a lot stronger than you think. Another thing I want to say is mind to muscle connection. Sometimes you'll see me in the gym and I'm just like eyes closed, just focusing on whatever muscle I'm working on, and I always feel it so much more. And also, do not rush through your workouts. Slow it down. Slow it down. Another thing, while we're discussing exercises, when you go in the gym, you don't need to be there for 5,000 hours, okay? You can go in the gym for 45 to 1 hour, okay? 45 minutes to 1 hour and have an amazing workout, okay? So what you need to do is you need to pick 4 to 6 exercises. You don't need to go in there and do squats, hip thrusts, split squats, reverse lunge, Bulgarians, I don't know, step ups, single leg hip thrusts, calf glute bridges, dumbbell sumo squats, walking lunges, like, no. So you need to pick 4 exercises, go in there, zone out, make sure you focus on your mind to muscle connection, and just make sure that you're super effective when you do the movement with the weight that you put on. You're focusing on mind to muscle connection and you're training close to failure, and I promise you, you'll see results. The other thing I want to say is, so I used to have a heavy leg day, a glute and hammies leg day, and then a quad focus leg day. I don't do that anymore, at least not right now. With my glute guide, I have divided my lower body workouts into 3 separate groups, okay? So I have a squat day, I have a hip thrust day, and I have a deadlift day. That's just how I do mine. But you don't have to do it like that. The one thing I do want to stress is though, however you split your workouts throughout the week, I need you to make sure that you're not hitting glutes more than 3 times a week. You need to rest. When you're in the gym and you're lifting so heavy and you're training close to failure, you need to understand that you're actually tearing your muscle fibers. And if you don't give them enough time to rest and give them fuel and have them recover to come back stronger and bigger, you're not gonna see the volume and the results that you want. Another thing I wanna talk about is glute activation. You need to activate your glutes. Stop skipping your warm-ups. This is kind of like trying to use a cell phone. Say you have your iPhone and your iPhone is off and you want to make a call, but you just refuse to turn it on, but you're trying to figure out why you cannot make a call. You need to turn on your glutes. You have to activate your glutes. Stop skipping your warm-up. Stop it. We can't do that, okay? I have a warm-up specifically designed for every day when I go in the gym. So I have a warm-up for my deadlift day, I have a warm-up for my squat day, and I have a warm-up for my hip thrust day, okay? And I don't skip them, ever. Oh, and also in my workout guide, there is a cardio day built in there, only for people who wish to partake in the cardio day. So my cardio day is kind of like an extra in the workout guide, okay? So if you're somebody who's interested in building glutes, I promise you this guide has everything you need to know. We go over the amount of calories you should take in, we go over your macros, we go over what your body composition is, because your body type will determine what the split of your macros should be, okay? It's not a one size fit all. There's different body types out there. And if you're not doing the right macro split for your specific body type, you're gonna have a hard time seeing the results that you wanna see, okay? So there's a grocery shopping list in there. There's a workout guide in there. I mean, there's just so much. So definitely go ahead and check it out. I think I'm gonna end this video right here. It's kind of been a little too long. I didn't want this video to be too long. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I love you so much, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, you guys.